Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Yeah, very well. It's nice and sunny today here in London, so that's always a good thing.
It's a great start for the summer, right?
Yeah, it has been. But the last couple of weeks it's been raining, so today it's like finally hot again. So it's really nice.
Unfortunately, this will be a very different summer because there are no festivals, there are no gigs.
I know. It's a shame. It is a shame. And yeah, it's just strange because like a lot of plans that everyone had, certain plans, even like holiday plans.
Yes.
And you kind of like obviously can't do that anymore. So, but it's okay. Here it's starting to be more relaxed in terms of seeing friends and stuff, which is nice.
It's the time of this new reality, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it is. And it is. It's going to take ages for things to feel, or maybe things will never be the same again, as in terms of like festivals and stuff. You never know. So.
And as a band, how do you handle this lockdown on this new reality?
I mean, we live not too far from each other, but yeah, we kind of had to do, we've been working remotely, so working individually in our houses and then just sending stuff to each other. For the first time the other day, we actually all met up in the studio, which was nice. But yeah, it was, it's been strange, man. We had to kind of put everything on pause a little bit and focus on other things.
But when this kind of things happen, there's a lot of creativity flowing on the wind, right? I mean, there's a lot of artists that even in lockdown have released videos or have released music.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how people have taken advantage of technology.
Yes.
Like doing different videos or even recordings and stuff like that it's interesting because now it's opened up a whole new way of marketing your music, or realizing that, to promote yourself, you don't need to go out so much. You can do everything at home.
I know. So, Paul, what can you tell us about this new EP from Zola Blood, Two Hearts? It's now on digital platforms, and you have released this album exactly during this period, right? During the lockdown.
Yeah. It wasn't planned. We had it. We wrote most of the songs this time last summer. And yeah, we had it all planned to release. So instead of, I think for a lot of artists, the pandemic happened and then they've kind of pushed back their release, but we just thought, it'd be good to actually release it during this time because hopefully it will bring a bit of happiness to some people if they, want to listen to some music.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been, like I say, we wrote it last year. Well, 3 of the songs we wrote all together, and then one of the songs, Silver Soul, we've kind of had knocking around for a couple of years. And yeah, we just felt really good about them. We got them to a certain level and we just felt like, hey, these 4 songs work really well together. Let's release an EP and get it out there. And then, rather than, we could have kept on going and written an album and stuff, but we just thought, these 4 songs worked really nicely, so we got them out.
And Paul, how different was the process of create your debut album besides this new EP? It's been 3 years since each other, right?
Yeah, it's for 3 long years. That's why it feels so amazing to release some music finally and get it out there. I think the process, in terms of the writing process, it's always similar. There's the 4 of us and we just kind of come up with different ideas. There's no set way of doing it, but we just sometimes an idea will come from us jamming in a room. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes it's one person who has like a really interesting keyboard part or, drum loop. And then we'll kind of work on it together. I suppose what's different with this EP compared to the album is we did quite a lot of work, working with different producers or with a producer called Joseph Hartwell Jones. Who, he helped us like engineer and co-produce 3 of the songs. and then we worked with another friend on another song. So it was a bit more collaborative, I guess.
Okay.
Because we wanted it to sound bigger. We wanted, like, the album sounds good and everything, but we wanted this EP, all the electronics and stuff to sound bigger. So we spent the 3 years that we kind of in between, we spent a lot of time researching and learning a lot more about synths, like synthesizers, and learning more about sounds. So I think with this EP, there was a lot more focus on how do we make everything sound bigger,
Yes, it's important for a band in between these records to have this growth, to have this knowledge, and can have this collaboration with another artist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's always good to keep on, like, I guess, experimenting or testing yourself and stuff. So. Yeah.
And I was working with Giuseppe, because he had worked with Adele and FKA Twigs.
Yeah, well, it was his vocal production is amazing.
Okay.
Like a lot of the stuff that he did with Adele and FKA Twigs and stuff was the recording and processing of the vocals, and I think that was the main thing. That really made a difference for us. He's just really good at making things sound good. Just very experienced in that kind of stuff, because he's worked with such big artists, or he's worked for a long time with Paul Epworth, who's one of the biggest producers in the world. It was a good experience. He's a really nice guy as well. Really nice guy.
It's very important to have this connection with someone, with some other artist or producer that can understand your music, but also can give you some advice and can give you some other things that increase your music. Yeah,
exactly. It is
to make it sound big, right?
Yeah, to make it sound bigger, exactly.
And Paul, now you have any plans to the second semester of 2020, or you're still to see what happened during this period?
We're still releasing some stuff. So we've got, if you've seen, we released some live performance videos of the songs. So
and a collaboration with Clash Magazine, right?
No, actually, this was just independent. Clash featured. I think they featured one of their songs, but no, we did it independent, and then kind of they put it up on their blog. But we just wanted to get that was luckily done before the pandemic. So we're going to release a live EP version of that.
Oh, cool.
And then we've also got a remix EP, which we're slowly going to release over the next few months. So we contacted some of our favorite DJs and producers and just asked them to do remix versions of the songs. So we're still, over the rest of the year, we're still basically pushing the EP and releasing more stuff related to the EP. And then, hopefully next year we can play live.
What's your opinion about these live streamings, but not only the in-house streamings, but this new way that the music industry is trying to find the connection with the audience when you have a specific place with better audio, with better video, and caching for the view? I don't know. What's your opinion about this kind of streaming?
I think it's really good. I think especially the connection that people are having on things like Instagram Live, and the fact that there's, like, I logged on and I was watching an artist and I commented, and that artist was like, "Oh, hey Paul," and I was like, "Wow, I've never," there's that. Suddenly I'm like, "Wow, he said my name." It's like this connection that you would never get. You would never get at a gig, or you'd never get, usually. So I think in terms of that, making people feel more involved, and also just showing behind the scenes, because a lot of artists, maybe their fans don't know what their lives are like and stuff. And I think when someone's just at home, if they record something, it shows a lot more of their personality, I think. I think it's good. We found it quite tough because, we haven't really done anything like that, because our setup, or the way that, our music is, it's quite difficult to do stripped back home versions of it. We kind of need the studio, and we need to have all the equipment and stuff.
But now there are some artists here in Mexico trying to find this way. I mean, they are getting in a studio with all the equipment or the gear and making special shows for the audience, and they are cashing for that, obviously. But it's a new trying to find a new way until the gigs open again. To can have an income, but also can have this connection with the audience.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's like, I think for the time being, that's what's going to have to happen, isn't it? It's like we're going to have to do that until we can play.
It's a little hard because we all know that internet is free, and it's a little hard to pay for something that you can maybe find free. But it's interesting for the industry to try to find new ways. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, because it's a big, for a lot of artists and stuff, it's quite a big income stream playing live. So, I mean, lots of lots of tours and festivals have been cancelled this year. So,
yes,
a lot of artists have had to definitely try and find other ways of bringing that income in, which has been a challenge, I think, for a lot of people. But maybe it's a good thing.
Yes, but there's a lot of people who work in the music industry, in the live music industry, and there are a lot of small venues that had hard times during this pandemic. So it's work for all, not only the bands, not only the venues, but the media and the audience to contribute to have better days.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's some donations going on in London to help, make sure that some of the smaller venues.
I read that with this collab, they saved 200 venues.
Really?
Yes,
that's amazing.
But not only in London, but in the UK.
In the UK, yeah, because I think there's so many small venues which are really important.
Yes.
Especially with promoting underground music, and they're the ones that are going to struggle the most. Because a lot of the times they'll be putting on free gigs, and therefore that it's like, hopefully they stay alive.
Yes. So Paul, looking forward to listen new music from Zola Blood. Now we can listen to Hearts on Spotify, Apple Music, all the digital media. Will you release a vinyl or CD?
I think so. I think we just need to see how things go over the next couple of months, and then, I mean, we're big fans of vinyl and CDs, so I think, hopefully we'll see where it goes.
It's still important, the physical formats.
Yeah, I think so. I think we might just do a limited run of vinyl to begin with, but we'll see. We'll find out.
And you will release your remix EP during the fall. Do you have any date?
Dates will be announced soon. Yeah, we'll announce them in a couple of weeks. Yeah, but it's going to basically be over the next few months. We'll just be doing slow releases. Yeah.
Well, Paul, congratulations for the EP. It's amazing. Love the sound.
Thank you very much.
And looking forward to see you here in Mexico, maybe in 2021.
Yeah. Well, we've been wanting to come over to Mexico City for a while and try and do like a America and Mexico tour. So hopefully the end of next year, we'll be doing something, fingers crossed.
Do you have friends that have played in Mexico?
I don't actually, but we've just always heard. I think our band, our drummer, Sam, his wife used to live in Mexico City for like 3 years.
Cool.
So we've only heard good things. Yeah.
You will find a lot of fans, and you will find a great country to play your music.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Can't wait.
So, Paul, have a great summer, and thank you so much for this chat.
Thanks very much, Gilbert.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.